Kicking back, cracking a cold one. Headphones on, game day begun. Dialing up the podcast crew for the sports lowdown, me and you. Trash talking sports from coast to coast. Every game, every win, every boast. From the gridiron to the diamond, we break it down, leave no stone unturned. Defiant. Hoops and hits, goals and runs, we cover it all, having tons of fun. Debating plays, calling out the fouls, racing hearts and heated growls. Trash talking sports from coast to coast. Every game, every win, every boast. From the gridiron to the diamond, we break it down, leave no stone unturned. Defiant. Stats and scores, predictions bold. Stories told, legends unfold. Nothing's off limits, we speak our minds, leaving all the haters behind. Trash talking sports from coast to coast. Every game, every win, every boast. From the gridiron to the diamond, we break it down, leave no stone unturned. Defiant. So tune in now, don't miss the show. Trash talking sports, let the good times flow. From the hardwood to the ice, we're serving up the truth with a side of spice.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend so far. Very nice, very nice.
It's very nice.
Hopefully you're not too hungover on a Sunday. But welcome to Unnecessary Roughness right here on the Nonsensical Network. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out. We are everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok.
Thank you.
Shows live Monday through Sunday
on
YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, which we always have the chatters box wide open for you guys to engage and take part of the conversation with us when we are live. And if you can't join us live, you can listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to your podcast at. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share. You can find us at the Nonsensical Network or go to bio.link/Nonsensical Network. You're going to have all of our links there, including a special link to Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner. She does all of our nonsensical swag, the shirts and hoodies and whatnot that you see me wearing on the shows, and soon to be some of the other guys will have some shirts as well.
Yeah.
You guys can get your very own at Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner. And if you don't want nonsensical swag, well, you can get anything you want. You just send her a picture of what you want or ask, and she'll let you know she can do it and get it to you. Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner on Facebook and Instagram. Go give me
a follow. Making my toast fight. You can do dishes up real quick.
And if you're watching us, whether you're watching us live or you're watching the replay, don't forget to smash the like button. Throw a comment down below. That'll greatly help us in the algorithm, and it's a free way to support what we do if you like what we do. Any hooies.
Bro, I'm digging the new layout of the background and stuff.
Yeah, it's a cool. little video Chaka made a long time ago.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Chaka made, we've got a couple of them. Chaka made them a long time ago. And I'm playing around with updating some show stuff for us in particular.
That's cool.
No, I don't have the other one on here, but there's another one that I like too that Chaka did. I also, this is a rough prototype. I did it this morning as I was making pancakes for Nikki, but I started designing a new logo.
You can leave the door open a little bit when you come back in. You got to move the boot.
Anybody watching, let me know what you think of that. That's something cool. I'm playing with for a
that's
new
pretty
logo
slick.
for the show.
Like everything in one. Peyton even said that's
like
really cool.
I'm going to play around with it some more. Nikki liked it. I like it. I dig it. You know, the other one was cool, our original one, but that was when all we were doing was football, so it was very football heavy.
Yep.
Now we're going across the board here, so
there is sad news. I'm gonna start the show on a downside. I'm sorry, man.
No, go ahead. What's the sad news?
Star cornerback, freshman cornerback for Pitt, Mason Alexander died in a car accident.
I seen that. I'd seen
he was
that
a
just a little bit
passenger,
ago.
which makes it even worse. It wasn't even his fault. They tried to pass a Tacoma going over a hill and had to swerve to avoid a head-on collision, went off the road, struck a tree, and the car burst into flames. So,
R.I.P. Yeah, I seen that just a little bit ago. I was like, damn.
Yep. So that's
18-year-old kid, man. He was a Pittsburgh signee. He was going to go to Pitt.
Yep. He was let's see, pronounced dead at the scene. He started cornerback for Hamilton Southeastern High School in Fishers near Indianapolis. He signed with Pitt in December, enrolled early, and was set to join the team for a spring practice this month. So, also in other big news, big football news, Deebo Samuel to the Commanders.
Yeah, you're kind of stealing my thunder here.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. Yeah, Deebo Samuel's to the Commanders for a 5th-round pick.
Really?
That's a steal, bro.
And they're paying the remainder of his contract, which is $17.5 million.
Damn. Angie Stone. Washington's paying the remainder of his contract.
Yep. Washington's taking on the remainder of Samuel's contract and paying his full $17.5 million salary for the 25 season.
Oh, I thought I saved that article. Damn it, I missed that.
I have it pulled up right now.
Not bad though. So what are they gonna pay him?
It just says they're paying his full $17.5 million salary for 25.
So at the end of the day, basically, as of right now, we haven't got the full contract information. Washington's coming out on the better end of this. They give away a 5th-round pick and they lose $17 million. And Deebo, had he not got hurt, I mean, Deebo is consistently a solid wide receiver 1.
And he's got Jaden Daniels, who has proven that he is a good quarterback in the beginning of his career. So now you just added a weapon to him.
Scary Terry had a great season last year, and some people thought he was falling off. Coming to find out, he just needed a quarterback. With the news of Deebo.
San Francisco's going to eat $33.5 million dead money hit, though.
Yeah, like I said, Washington's winning this trade. I also seen with the news of Deebo Samuel being traded to Washington that San Francisco is also saying that Brandon Ayuk might be on the way out. So what is San Francisco doing? Are they just
I think they're just out of money.
to
They got to
rebuild
build for Brock Purdy's contract. They have to make room to contract Purdy.
Are they going to unload to rebuild a team? You're going to put it all on the backs of Kittle and McCaffrey, and McCaffrey can't stay healthy.
No,
I hate to say it. I mean, he's an animal, but
I don't know, man. It's San Francisco's got to do something because they got to free up the money to keep Brock Purdy, and they would be stupid to not keep Brock Purdy. He's proven himself as a rookie quarterback through his rookie contract. He deserves money.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know that he deserves Lamar, Mahomes, Allen money.
No, he deserves a little paycheck though.
But I would see him between a 45 and 55 million a year quarterback. Not quite the 60.
And if you don't pay him, you know there's plenty of other teams out there that would gladly swoop in and scoop him up because he's proven himself. The kid's amazing at the end of the day.
Well, they've also San Francisco's got Ricky Purcell too. So who emerged late in the season after he got shot in the beginning of the season.
Yeah. So yeah, I know they're saying that potentially Ayuk could be on the way out as well, but he wanted out last year.
Well, he was hurt. He tore his ACL and MCL too.
Yeah, and he wanted out last year. So those could be two big hits to San Francisco. On the other side of the country, things are getting a little weird in New York.
What do you mean?
With the Commanders taking Debo, blah blah blah. The Aaron Rodgers story continues.
I haven't seen enough of it lately.
The team, basically the Jets, announced that Aaron Rodgers won't be back.
JJ Watt is not coming out of retirement, Wally.
Yeah, well, hold on, I'll get to that here in a few minutes. The Jets have said that Aaron Rodgers is not coming back. Well, with that, that may be the case with Devontae Adams as well.
That wouldn't surprise me. They were a package deal.
Adams signed a 5-year deal worth $140 million. So I guess their cap hit they're over $38 million on their cap hit with him.
Whoa.
They're either going to restructure it or likely he'll be cut. However, for some weird fucking reason, Aaron Rodgers has been heavily linked as of late with the Giants.
That's right. I literally just pulled this article up that said after striking out in talks with Matthew Stafford, the New York Giants are including Aaron Rodgers in their search for a veteran quarterback.
And then in this,
Sam fucking Darnold is also among the talks for the Giants.
In this rumor mill, the Giants and the Jets are also talking about working on a deal that brings not only Darnold to New York, but Cooper Kupp as well. So,
well, they just signed Drew Lock for a backup. The Giants did.
Yeah.
For a 1 year, $5 million guaranteed.
Could the Giants be trying to be like, you know what? We're tired of being the laughing stock of New York football. Are we? Are they going to try to? Are they going to try to do something this offseason? I'm curious. This Aaron Rodgers situation kind of intrigues me because I'm not quite 100% sold on the fact that Aaron Rodgers has reached that top of the hill where he's starting to come down and he's on a downhill slide on his career. I want to say that might be more the Jets organization. And if he lands somewhere with an organization that actually puts an O-line together, gives him some weapons to play with.
So here's the question.
A resurgence in Rodgers.
Did Brian Daboll manage to keep his job in the Giants?
I thought he was gone a long time ago.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm confused.
And let's take a look. I thought they got rid of him a while back. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. Yeah, he is currently the head coach of the Giants. So, yeah, he's...
That wouldn't be a bad fit for Rodgers then.
Nah, I wouldn't be mad at it.
They're also looking at Darnold and Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's we got the storyline in Pittsburgh as well. What is Pittsburgh doing with Russ and Justin? One of them's got to go. I mean, at the end of the day, I think
they can't afford them both.
Yeah, they can't afford them both, and they're not going to be happy. You know, one of them's going to be on the bench, and that's not. They're both proven. Russ is a starter. Russ is getting up there in age. Justin Fields, I'd say he's a starter too. I wouldn't put all the blame on him in Chicago. Chicago, as we've seen with Caleb Williams.
I think it was Chicago as a team.
Yeah. Justin Fields had a couple good games last season with Pittsburgh.
Yep.
He looked good. So yeah, I'm curious to see, does Pittsburgh stick with the older guy or do they stick with the younger guy and try to trade off Russ or vice versa?
So it's so funny that they're talking to Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers because those are two polar opposite quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers is 1,000% a pocket quarterback. 1,000%. He averages less than 6 yards of scrambling a game. Russ is a dual threat quarterback. He is just as dangerous on a quick 8-yard sprint than he is, as he is sitting in the pocket and throwing a 40-yard bomb down the field.
Yeah.
He can do either if you give him the right O-line in front of him. So the Giants, having managed to hold a lot of teams to very few points this year, proven that they've got a D. They've got a defense. they have an offensive line that can protect the quarterback. They don't have the offensive weapons or an intelligent enough quarterback to make points get on the board.
Yeah, exactly.
So, given that statement, would you rather? And I'm going to ask you this. I just had a fucking mustache hair fall out. Would you rather strengthen your O-line and get a pocket quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, or leave your O-line the way it is, build your offensive back, like your core player positions, and get a quarterback like Russ who can scramble and make the plays to him when he's out of the pocket?
I think ultimately, I would want to build an O-line to protect my quarterback and maybe give him better weapons. Because if Rodgers has weapons, if Rodgers has weapons and he's protected, and he is a pocket quarterback, there's no sense. When he does scramble around, he reminds me of a smaller version of Ben Roethlisberger.
I was about to say Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, he looks like an oaf when he scrambles.
Yes,
but he, and there are those occasional holy shit,
uncoordinated.
Yeah, there are those occasional holy shit. Did Rodgers just take off for 8 yards down the field, 10 yards down the field type deal? But if you gave him weapons and gave him time in the pocket, you know how dangerous that man could be.
He's not Tom Brady type dangerous.
No, but he's.
But he can make a play when he needs to.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers perfected the Hail Mary in my mind.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's a Green Bay thing. I mean, because Brett Favre used to throw them damn Hail Marys up. And it's like, what the fuck is he doing? And
some teams focus on learning how to do the tush push. Some teams focus on trick plays. In Green Bay, we make sure our quarterback can lob a 70-yard fucking bomb that's going to get caught by somebody.
Somebody in a Packers uniform. Because you've seen it with Favre, you've seen it with Rodgers, and I've even seen Jordan Love do it a couple times. Like, just launch that motherfucker up in the air, and it's just like, whatever happens at this point happens. You know?
That's wild, dude.
Now, Russ, to me, as good as he's been throughout his career, his unpredictability.
She's not.
With being able to scramble or throw the ball makes me nervous at times, because there's been times, and you've seen it in Denver, and you've even seen it at tail end in Seattle. He would make bad decisions. He would start scrambling around, get out of the pocket, and then make a bad decision where he would either throw a bad ball or he would make a decision to run. Let's fucking go, Pittsburgh. And wind up a bad play, whether it be an interception or a loss of yards or something like that. So if you got a pocket passer and you have the opportunity to protect him and get him some weapons, I would probably go that route. Especially talking on Russ and Aaron, they're both up there in age. They're both getting up there in age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I've got a younger quarterback that's a dual threat, yeah, give me the other option all day long. Give me the core players and whatnot. But with an older quarterback, yeah, I would definitely go for an O-line that can protect and allow him time in the pocket. Dude, this is. I know we're talking football, but real quick, I'm watching this Toronto-Pittsburgh Penguins game. They're not even out of the first period yet. Within the first 3 minutes of the game, Toronto was up 2-0. Pittsburgh has now come back, and they have taken the lead. They're up 3-2. They have scored 3 unanswered goals in the last 5 or 6 minutes. It's wild. This is going to be a good game.
So a little bit more football talk. Some really big names coming up for teams hitting the free agency market. Let's see. We got for the Cardinals, Zay Jones, punter Matt Prater. Those are 2 pretty big names over there. Falcons got their list is fucking forever long.
Yeah.
But it's nobody super widely known. Except for Rondale Moore, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Baltimore, on the other hand, has a couple of their big names coming up. Ricard, Stims, Trey White, the cornerback that left Buffalo. Nelson Aguilar is a free agent. Buffalo has Amari Cooper. Douglas, running back Reggie Gilliam, which they'll let him go.
Yeah.
DeMar Hamlin's a free agent at the end of the season now.
Oh, really?
Yep. Mac Hollins is a free agent for Buffalo. Those are a couple of really big names right there.
Nice.
Let's see, who are the Panthers going to lose? I think they just signed Andy Dalton to another 1 year, right?
Yeah, I think it was 1 year, 2 years, something like that for Andy Dalton.
Yeah. Eddie Pinheiro, their punter. The Bears are in trouble.
The Bears are in trouble. The Panthers are in trouble. The Panthers are, I won't say the Panthers are, I will say that the Panthers are 100% rebuilding, and they're trying to rebuild.
They need to get rid of the fucking owner having his hand in everything.
Yeah, and shout out to, Bryce Young. Yeah, he got benched last season. He has not looked great since he was drafted. But after he came back after being benched, I would say he looked like a different quarterback. And he was playing very well.
The Bengals stand to lose Von Bell, T. Higgins, Mike Hilton. That's about it for their big names.
I think this season was the last time we'll see Higgins in a Bengals uniform. He's been wanting out of Cincinnati for a minute, and they refuse to pay him. And
on the wall,
no shade on Jamar Chase, because Jamar Chase is who Jamar Chase is, but T. Higgins is a wide receiver 1 on any other team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he deserves to go somewhere where he gets that opportunity to be wide receiver 1, and it has the potential of getting paid because he's more than proven himself. The kid is a phenomenal wide receiver and a phenomenal athlete, and I hate seeing what Cincinnati's doing. Doing to him.
Do we want to talk about your Browns, man, and who you guys stand to lose because you don't have any fucking cap space with Watson?
Well, the Browns have said they're not trading. They are not going to trade Myles Garrett. But Myles Garrett he wants out. And again, a part of me is, I'm not mad at him. I am sad to see
he's
him
not
go.
a free agent.
No, he's not a free agent, but he wants to be traded. I'm not going to be mad at him if he leaves, but I will be sad to see him go. As long as he goes somewhere way out west, maybe preferably in the NFC, to where we don't have to see him very often. And if we do have to see him very often, I hope he kills Deshaun Watson.
So you have Chubb's a free agent.
Yeah, Nick Chubb.
Foreman's a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Winston's a free agent. Most of your stuff is lying, though.
I think we've already let go of Jameis.
Well, it just got him listed. I don't know how old this list.
Yeah, I think we've already, because I know down during the Super Bowl he was like, somebody, I need a job.
Brandon Cooks is for Dallas. He's a free agent. Rico Dowdle. CJ Goodwin. DeMarcus Lawrence. Trey Lance. Cooper Rush. Those are Dallas's.
Dowdle and Cook would be tough losses if they don't re-sign.
Yep.
Cooper Rush has more than proved himself as a backup.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind seeing Coop going somewhere else and getting a potential opportunity to start.
Guess who's still kicking around the league? But this might be the last time. He's going to be a free agent. Nope. Teddy fucking Bridgewater. He would never. He's under contract with Detroit Lions, but he was coaching high school football because they obviously weren't going to use him. So, no, you good, bro?
Yeah, I didn't know he was even still around. Holy shit! Well,
you were having fun with Fortnite.
In the NFL. There are rumors of a couple players coming out of retirement. One of them being, as Wally said earlier, J.J. Watt.
I have not heard that rumor.
J.J. Watt says he's ready to make an NFL return and play for the Bengals if Burnley bet is fulfilled. So he made a bet with a goal, soccer goal.
I did see something like that. I did catch something about retirement and a bet with one of his players.
NFL legend J.J. Watt appeared on the Dan Patrick Show on Tuesday and noted that he will live up to his bet with Barnley, the goalkeeper, goalkeeper James Trafford to play for the Bengals if he doesn't allow a goal the rest of the season in the English Championship League. But JJ has been for the last couple of years been kicking around the idea of coming out of retirement.
He also, he said he would do it in a heartbeat if he was playing alongside his brother.
Yeah.
The problem with him coming out is that a team actually has to want him.
Yeah, and he's still in great shape.
But he has been out of the league for what, 3 years now?
Yeah, 3-4 years. So I would be down to see him make a return. I would love to see if he's got anything left in the tank, because I feel like he left so early.
Yep.
In his career. Another huge name that is kicking around the idea of a comeback in the NFL, if this will it is none other than Special Olympics, special needs, tight end, Tom Brady's best friend.
As soon as you said tight end, I knew you were talking about the special needs Gronk.
My name is Gronk. My name Gronk. I catch football and run.
He said he would go to play for 2 teams. This is what I heard. I heard Tampa with Baker or Buffalo. Those are the only 2 teams he said he would play for.
Gronk has been working out in the offseason and wants to physically be ready for another season. He's only 35. Another guy who, left early. He's retired and come out of retirement once before already.
Yep.
So he is talking about it. I'm scrolling through here to see. It doesn't say anything about it doesn't really say what teams he'd be interested in playing for as I'm looking for. But I am keeping an eye on both of these stories with Gronk and JJ as we move into the offseason shenanigans coming up on next football season. I wouldn't mind seeing either one of them come back. I always like Gronk, even though he's a big dumb animal and not the brightest bulb in the box. And he does entertain me with his USAA commercials with Sam Elliott.
Yes. So Kansas City stands to lose a lot of their big players.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood Brown's already gone, I believe. Mecole Hardman, DeAndre Hopkins, Kareem Hunt, Samaj Pirine, Juju Schuster, Justin Watson, all free agents for Kansas City. And Carson Wentz, of course, because he still is kicking around in the league.
Yes, he is. Kansas City fans can rest your weary heads. It has been announced that Travis Swift is coming back for his 13th season.
Yes,
I know that was up in the air.
He used Taylor Swift's songs to get him through the hard times of losing the Super Bowl. I did see an article where he said, Taylor's music helped me through the hard disappointment of losing the Super Bowl. By the way, 5 third world countries believe the Kansas City Chiefs won the 2025 Super Bowl. That's how many places got their gear. 5 countries. Now, do they know who the Kansas City Chiefs are? No. Do they know what the Super Bowl is? No. Did they get brand new shirts and hats? Yes. Do they care? No.
There are 5 third world countries that are all huge Kansas City Chiefs fans.
They're all new Swifties now. I saw that article the other day and it made me laugh.
Yeah. You got anything else in the NFL world? I don't think I have anything else in the NFL world really. Right now. The combine is going on.
Yeah.
You've had some kids put up some impressive 40 numbers.
4.3 for Bond.
Yeah, I seen a guy. Well, I don't remember where I seen it at. Somebody did a 4.2. Donovan Edwards out of Michigan ran a 4.4.
Matt Stafford restructured his contract with the Rams, so he'll be staying in LA. Which I think is a great move for LA, to be honest with you. I don't have that right there. So
I think LA would be silly to. I don't think Stafford's going. Obviously, he's not going anywhere. I don't think Cooper Kupp's going to go anywhere, and I sure as hell don't think Nakua will be going anywhere anytime soon. I know he's still under his rookie contract, but I think the Rams are pretty set, man. They got a couple little pieces here and there, but they are pretty set.
As long as they can stay healthy, the Rams will be another fucking playoff bound team again.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just seem to get hot at the right fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I said last year. I said it, when they early in the season when they had all those injuries, and I kept telling you guys, as soon as they get healthy, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And they got healthy, and look what happened. They came out and started wrecking. So, in other football news outside of the NFL, the UFL. The spring season is obviously right around the corner. Myself personally, I'm pretty excited for it. I have enjoyed all the different variations when it was the XFL, USFL, to the combination becoming the UFL. I've really been enjoying this. I love the spring ball. I think these guys play really good ball, and it's entertaining as hell to watch. However, according to a report by Ben Fisher, of Sports Business Journal, all 24 UFL quarterbacks are holding out of their training camp in Arlington, Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they say why?
It says after this week, after receiving negligible increase to their base salaries, UFL players earned a base salary of $55,000 last year.
Yep.
Not too shabby, I made more than some of them.
I made more than
and a message sent to the UFL president Russ Brandon and executive vice president Gerald Johnston. The UFL quarterbacks wrote the following: the proposal of our players association, or the proposal our player associations received on Thursday, was unacceptable and insulting. All of the quarterbacks in the UFL have collectively decided not to attend UFL quarterback training camp this weekend in Arlington, and proposal of that proposal and the messages that is sent to us as players. In addition to what the players perceived as inadequate salaries, they also fought for year-round health coverage.
I'm not mad at them.
Yeah, the UFL continues to negotiate in good faith with the players' union to finalize the collective bargaining agreement, which will benefit both the players and the league.
They can give them $75,000-$80,000 a year. I wouldn't be mad at them.
Yeah, I think they could give them a bump in their pay. I think the UFL over the last few years, like I said, the different variations, you had the different spring leagues, and now combining into one league, becoming the UFL. I think it's becoming very popular. I think people are enjoying it. Football fans finally have a legitimate spring ball to watch outside of the NFL when we're in the off season, and you have a nice combination of former NFL players looking for a second chance and guys that come out of college that didn't make it into the NFL looking to make a name for themselves and potentially still make the NFL. Yep. I use Jake, Jake Bates, the guy in Detroit from last year, and there's been other players that have been called up as well.
I have spray away under the sink
to the NFL. So I think that the UFL is starting to make some money.
So long too.
So to get a little pay increase for the players, especially your star players or your starters, definitely give them some money. Let them get out there. And absolutely, how much is it going to hurt you to provide year-round health coverage as opposed to giving these guys health insurance for 3 months or whatever it is, however long the UFL is? So hopefully they'll come to terms, because I do believe the UFL starts this month, I think.
Am I sticking peanut butter on the roll?
UFL season
I don't think it matters.
at the end of this month. The 2025 season will kick off on Friday, March 28th.
You can.
There's 28.
When does it kick off? March 28th?
Friday night, March 28th.
The new spring football, well, the Spring Football League UFL.
My communications teacher was talking about that. He's the coach of the Cal flag football.
Oh, okay.
Well, his wife's the coach of the they co-coach.
Let's see here. Give me the schedule. Week 1. Your opening week is the St. Louis Battlehawks and the Houston Roughnecks on March 28th.
There you go. I like the Roughnecks. Their jersey's pretty dope.
Yeah, I haven't picked a favorite team as of yet.
Me either.
I do like the Michigan
How about we do it right now?
Panthers.
What do we got for the teams?
Here,
Actually, I'll pull them up so I can look at their uniforms because I don't know shit about who's on them. So I need to look at their uniforms to decide based on how cool they look. Sounds really stupid, but dude, that was why I was a Charlotte Hornets fan growing up because I like the color scheme.
Okay, so you got 8 teams. You got the Arlington Renegades.
It's the USFL, right?
UFL.
Oh, UFL. Okay.
Yeah. You got the Arlington Renegades.
Yep.
The DC Defenders. Memphis Showboats. San Antonio Brahmas. The Birmingham Stallions. St. Louis Battlehawks. Houston Roughnecks. And the Michigan Panthers. If we're going based off of uniforms alone, I really dig Michigan's baby blue and maroon colors because they're kind of not something that you see a lot. But I also really dig the San Antonio Brahmas because they have this cool like Chargers blue and yellow Brahma bowl look. You know, it's pretty dope. But I like Memphis. I like the Showboats as well. So yeah, like I can't really pick off the. I think, like I said, I've been leaning more towards the Michigan Panthers. I do like watching them play. The DC Defenders are tough. The Stallions are pretty tough. So I think by the end of this season, I'm going to have my team. Or at some point through the season, I'm going to pick my team that I'm going to be rooting for and pulling for. I've just really been enjoying the UFL as a whole, enjoying all the games. So it was.
I'm going to go with the Roughnecks.
The Roughnecks.
Yep.
I just have a hard time rooting for any Texas teams, and they've got 3 of them.
Right? Isn't that wild?
The Roughnecks kind of have an updated, modernized Houston Oilers look to them.
Yep, that's kind of the reason why I'm liking it.
Yeah,
it's almost like the throwback jerseys that the Titans wear. Is it the Titans? No, the Texans wear.
Yeah. The Titans wear them. Too.
The ones that JJ Watt got super pissed about because he didn't ever get to wear them.
I know Tennessee was wearing them because Tennessee used to be the Houston Oilers.
Then that's the one. Yeah. I like those throwback blues.
Yeah, those are pretty nice. But I don't know if Houston has since adopted them as well because they are in Houston. But yeah, I like I said, I the last couple years I have been enjoying watching the Michigan Panthers play. Plus they're close. They were actually there. The UFL team. They were. So I think it was last year. You had Michigan and somebody else that was using Canton, the Hall of Fame field, for their home field, for their home games.
I don't know who that was.
I can't remember who it was. I don't remember if that was last year or the year before, but nonetheless, we got the end of the month. UFL will be back. It's good football, man. It's not they're not
super pay leagues, so that makes it even better.
Yeah.
These guys are playing their asses off for college football money. Actually, most college football players now make more.
Yeah, and well, yeah, they make a lot more
because of the NIL.
Yeah, some of these players are making millions of dollars and never even seen the field yet. Archie Manning, I'm talking to you.
He plays a little bit for Texas.
Not at first. When he signed his NIL, when he got that like $10-15 million, however much it was, he had never even touched the field in Texas.
Yeah, I fucking hate that they allow them to do that.
Yeah,
NIL deal should be capped at $100K.
I think you should. I think you should prove your worth before you get the multi-million-dollar. What is this?
What are you doing?
They're predicting that T. Higgins will go to desperate AFC team. That desperate AFC team being the New England Patriots, and the Patriots will go all in on T. Higgins to get the deal done.
Do you think?
No, I don't know. I don't know where T's going to go, man. I hope I want to see him out of Cleveland or Cincinnati. Sorry, I want to see him out of Cincinnati too. Just real quick, touch on a little NBA. I know you don't really follow the NBA too much. Not too much going on in there. They're getting ready to, the playoffs are getting ready to start here before long. When do the playoffs start?
Yep, you can.
Last game, yeah, the playoffs start next month for NBA. Regular season ends in April. My Cleveland Cavaliers are still the best team in NBA. And the other night they had a barn burner with the Boston Celtics. They were down by 22 points and came back to beat them. And we will be playing the Trailblazers today, who are just garbage. So that should be a relatively easy win. But there's really not any big news in the NBA. Because apparently Steph Curry dunked the ball for the first time in 6 years. That's a headline.
Stephon Diggs is the free agent.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is. Yeah.
Well,
so I'm gonna have to ruin your peanut butter.
It's okay. It's the open one, I believe.
Yeah, nothing too major in the NBA.
There's no
your current playoff standings in the East. The Cavs are number 1. Then it goes Boston, Knicks, Bucks.
Don't use a lot.
Pistons, Heat, and Orlando for the East. And then out west, you have Oklahoma City just smacking the hell out of the West, followed by Denver, Lakers, Memphis, Houston, LA Clippers, and
they don't.
And then Golden State, Sacramento, Minnesota, and Dallas will have play-in games at this moment in time in the standings to determine the playoff seeds for 7 and 8. And actually over in the East, it's Miami, Orlando, Atlanta, and Chicago will be your 4 play-in teams to determine 7 and 8 in the playoffs as the standings stand now. And again, like I said, Cleveland Cavaliers have the best record in NBA. They've had it all season, and they continue to keep a hold of that record. So, like I said, not much going on in the NBA. They're just playing ball and doing what they're doing. And like I said, man, as a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, the last few seasons have been great. They've been a good team. And this year they are just a dominant team. And they are actually 7.5 games ahead of Boston in the East. So, NHL.
Let me see it.
This weekend had the
She didn't even try to keep it.
Stadium Classic. Red Wings and the Blue Jackets played at the Horseshoe, and they honored Johnny Gaudreau or Gaudreau. I don't know how you pronounce it. Gaudreau. Yep. At the Stadium Series, they had the number 13 flying all over the place. The players had number 13 on their jerseys. the Blue Jackets have been doing it all season. Obviously, he was a player that him and his brother were hit by a drunk driver and killed this offseason.
Here you go.
And he was a young, up-and-coming, talented player. So,
Come on.
I know you don't like it, but Ovi every day gets closer and closer to breaking Gretzky's record.
Oh.
I know you don't like it. I know you don't like
Just
it.
because Ovechkin's such a dirty fucking player, man.
He is a scumbag. He is a scumbag.
He's been known for it since he came into the fucking league.
Yeah, he is a scumbag, but it is history. It is a history-making moment. I mean, how long has Gretzky's record stood, though?
Since the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
He's just such a fucking scumbag, bro.
I
hate it.
I get it, man. I get it. As of today, Ovi has scored his 884th goal in his NHL career. Late in Washington's blah blah blah. Moving 10 away from tying the Great Ones record.
Yeah.
So does he do it this season? There's still a lot of hockey to be played. I think
there is a lot of hockey to be played.
I think they still have like 20-some games left to play. I know they go into April. I know the last game is in the middle of April. So, yeah, there's still a lot of hockey to be played. OB could absolutely not only tie, but beat the record this season. So, definitely want to keep an eye out for that. I know, like I said, I know you're not a fan. I don't think there's a lot of people that are fans of the guy because he is an absolute scumbag. But
he is. He's a shit-ass dirt player.
No.
That up top.
I will say shout out to my Jackets who played a really good game last night against the Detroit Red Wings. It was back and forth. At one point, it was tied 3-3. To which the Jackets went on to take the lead and then seal the deal with an open net goal late in the third period to win 5-3. And jumped Detroit in the wild card race.
Because the freaking train is so loud.
Wyatt's having a temper tantrum meltdown over fucking fork and knife. He's pissed. Jesus. He's got eliminated in like 74th.
Jesus. Your East leaders for the playoffs right now. You got Florida, Toronto, Tampa out of the Atlantic. The Metropolitan is Washington, Carolina, New Jersey, and your two wild card teams are the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Detroit Red Wings. Thanks to the fact that Ottawa went on a 6-game losing streak and just completely ate ass.
Fuck the dog. Straight up fuck the dog.
Yeah, Columbus is up by 2 points over Detroit with back-to-back wins over Detroit. Actually, we played them twice this past week. But they are still 4 points behind New Jersey and Carolina from actually being a legit playoff team. But again, a lot of things can happen. Still a lot of hockey to play. Unfortunately, my Penguins, who I'm currently watching, they are not doing so great this season.
Francis, I need to excuse myself for just a moment. I will be right back.
And of course, it couldn't be any worse than being Rick and being a Buffalo Sabres fan who are just eating dog shit all season. So they did just lose to the Canadiens. So a little hockey time. Like I said, no big major news in hockey. I will say my Penguins are playing the Toronto Maple Leafs currently, and Toronto went up to a very fast 2-0 lead early in the game, to which the Penguins have answered back. They just started the second period. and the Penguins are up 3-2. It's 5 goals in the first period, man. That's wild. That's wild. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, they've had 5 consecutive games of 5+ points. That's huge. Jackets are a young team, talented team. Over in the West, your West leaders in the Central, you got Winnipeg, Dallas, and Minnesota. Pacific, you've got the Vegas Golden Showers, Edmonton, and Los Angeles. And your current wild card teams are Vancouver and Colorado, with the Calgary Flames hot on Vancouver's tail. Actually, I think Colorado will actually, once everything is figured out, Colorado should bump Los Angeles down to the wild card in Colorado.
Somebody just lost a big player, though.
In hockey?
Yeah, one of the Panthers lost to Chuck.
Oh, did they?
On IR with a groin injury.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, they're talking a lot of trade. As the trade deadline's coming up in hockey, they're talking a lot of there it is. Matthew Tkachuk on LTIR, freeing up lots of cap space ahead of the NHL trade deadline.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of the news is a lot of trade stuff. They're coming up on their deadline in the NHL.
Yeah, their Rangers are going to sit one of their top trade candidates in Riley Smith. They're going to sit him so they can keep him healthy. The Panthers shipped Knight to the Blackhawks, and the Bruins have lost Brad Marchand playing against Penguins for an upper body injury.
Yeah,
Brad Marchand is a fucking monster on the ice, dude. He's their captain. So the Penguins hurt him. They hurt his upper body.
Them sons of bitches.
Fucking Penguins. Bunch of dick suckers.
It is March 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. And we all know what that means. We know what's right around the corner. NCAA basketball, March Madness, baby. We will do brackets here. I want the 3 of us to do brackets. Derek Wayne will be back. He is on the IR, unfortunately, or the DNR, but he will be back soon.
The DNR, the did not reply list.
Yeah, no, he did reply. He will be back soon. He's been traveling a bit. I was talking to him today. He's hoping to be back next week. So that is something that I would like for the 3 of us to do and see how we do. Fill out.
I don't know shit about it, but I will pick some fucking teams, bro.
Just pick. I just pick teams.
March Madness bracket.
But I will say,
there's always that one team that upsets everybody and fucks the whole thing up.
Mm-hmm. Your current top 25: Auburn, Duke, Florida, Houston, Tennessee, Alabama, St. John's, Michigan State, Big Ten representing, Iowa, Texas Tech, Wisconsin representing, Texas A&M, Clemson, Missouri, Michigan representing, Maryland representing, Purdue down in 20th representing. Yeah, hey man, the Big Ten is representing in the top 25. So
yep.
And the overall Big Ten standings right now, Michigan State is in first. Michigan is in second.
You need bullets.
So it looks like the Big Ten tournament. I know they'll have that coming up soon. You're going to have your top 5 teams. I don't know how I can't remember how they break down the Big Ten tournament in basketball to decide the winner. I don't remember if it's top 4 or top 6 teams. 5 teams, something like that. I don't remember. either way, but that'll be coming up. No, I don't know much shit about, like, I don't watch. I mean, I know college basketball, obviously, but there's so much of it. It's hard to watch.
What'd
It's
you do that
hard
for?
to keep track of. So, I don't really care much until March comes around and we get our little March Madness action. Then I'm in. Then I'm all in, and I throw down my brackets and all that stuff. So, and that actually comes up. When does NCAA basketball tournament? That's not what I wanted. That's not at all what I wanted. March Madness. I just want to know when it starts, not all this other bullshit. March Madness begins March 20th. The first round is the 20th and 21st. We got a couple weeks.
Okay.
And
let's do it the weekend before it starts. We'll do our brackets.
Yeah. They will be playing in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center, the Chase Center in San Francisco, the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, and as always, the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis.
Great. Now I got to stay the fuck out of Atlanta for a week.
Yeah.
Because State Farm's hosting March Madness.
Ooh.
State Farm Arena.
Mm-hmm.
So the first four are in Dayton at the UD Arena. Your couple little play-in teams. Then you got Lexington, Kentucky, Providence, Rhode Island, Seattle, Washington, Wichita, Kansas. They'll be playing at the Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Denver, Colorado, Milwaukee, Raleigh, Newark, San Francisco, Atlanta, and then the regional is always at Lucas Oil there in Indianapolis. So, yay for March Madness! Yeah, just a bunch of. I don't really care to get too involved. Major League Baseball, they got spring training going on. Nothing really major. Although the athletics are not getting any love from Major League Baseball and or the fans. They're expected to be the laughing stock of the Major League Baseball season. Oh, big news in baseball. Donald Trump has said that he will pardon Pete Rose, and Pete Rose will be eligible finally for the Hall of Fame.
How does did anything Pete Rose did have to do with legal stuff?
He did. In my opinion, he did nothing wrong. He gambled, and he was banned from the MLB and banned from the Hall of Fame because of he never bet on his team, and he never bet on himself.
But I don't understand why Trump pardoning him makes a rip shit of difference.
I don't understand it either, but I don't fucking care because finally Pete Rose gets to be in the Hall of Fame. And it sucks that it happens after he died. He 100% deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He should have already been there. Damn the MLB for doing that to him and keeping him out for so long and not allowing him to be in. So I don't know what Trump's pardon has to do with anything. All I know is that
anything. I think it was just him throwing his name behind something.
Hey, you know what? The ban is being lifted, and if it's him throwing his name behind it that caused it, then great. But
so
nonetheless,
news in the UFC. Main fight card for 313 coming up next weekend was Dan Hooker and Justin Gaethje. Dan Hooker has withdrawn from the fight due to a hand injury.
Oh damn!
With like 1 week notice.
So are they gonna? Oh, and real quick, I want to ask you about that. But last night you brought up in historical baseball news, and I don't remember if we talked about it on here or not. But the Yankees lifting the ban on beards and long hair,
facial hair and long hair. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That is a huge thing because a lot of guys had opportunity to go play for the Yankees and didn't because of said rule. That rule was enacted in 1976 when George Steinbrenner took over.
Yeah.
The Yankees lifted their
So,
facial hair and no long hair policy.
So is that good?
we're
That
going to
means
see
that players with beards can play baseball for the Yankees now.
Yeah, we're going to start to see a very different look
Style.
from the New York Yankees
Yep.
moving forward, which is
Yep.
I'm not a Yankees fan. I actually hate the Yankees with passion. But I
As
think that's
most
cool.
baseball fans do. The Yankees are a love them or hate them team.
Yeah, I think that's really cool that they're doing it, and I'm curious to see the new look of the players in New York. To be honest with you. Anywho, UFC. So
the other UFC news is the blockbuster deal for 4 events with the UFC and WWE in Perth later this year.
Yeah. With that fight for 313.
Yeah.
Do they cancel the fight altogether?
No.
Or
No, they got to fill in.
Do they have a fill in? Who's filling in?
Give me 1 second and I will tell you. Of course, my phone's going to ring right now. I'm going to step for a second. I'll get back to you with that news. Give me a minute.
UFC 313. Let's see if I can. Okay, so on their website, it's still showing canceled. It's not Dan Hooker's out. I think that's what he said. So yeah, we'll figure that out. Yeah, fight night was last night. Again, we talked about this. We talked about this last week, and I didn't watch fight night last night. As I said, I wasn't going to because WWE Elimination Chamber was on. For all you wrestling fans out there, I want to talk too much about it because next Saturday, Cash and I will be talking all about it. However, holy fucking shit, historical moment for wrestling fans. If you've been watching wrestling for the last 20 plus years, we seen something last night that we thought we would never see, and that was the one and only face of the company, baby face, his entire career, carried the company on his shoulder for years upon years, went heel last night. The one and only John Cena went heel.
Come on, buddy.
In The Rock. Trying
to get Tater to go.
But yeah, we'll Cash and I'm sure Wally will come in. What's up, John? I'm sure Wally will come in for that as well. As he usually does on Saturdays. And we will break down Elimination Chamber and talk all about Elimination Chamber next Saturday. But I do want to say, wow, holy shit, John Cena going heel it took me out of my we were right in the middle of doing the show. It kind of took me out for a minute. I had to be like, holy shit, what the hell's happened? But anyways, so UFC 313.
Replacement for Dan Hooker is Rafael Fiziev.
Okay, don't know any of those guys. But Hooker's out with a hand injury. Is that what you said?
Yep, he was the co-main event.
Okay, gotcha. Last night's fight night, however,
wasn't really anybody super major.
Yeah, but it came with a little bit of controversy.
Did it? I didn't hear anything about that.
Ooh, nice.
Picture.
Hot off the presses, baby.
I can't see it.
Oh, sorry. Hot off the presses, brand new. As soon as she's done taking a picture.
Thank you.
Boy, your buildup was terrible.
Boom, right? Brand new, freshly made, right off the machine.
There you go.
Nonsensical Network t-shirt.
Stop. Okay.
There you go.
I will say that one was a pain in the ass.
I believe it.
Because of all the little lines of the beer foam. Some of them didn't stick, so I just pulled them off.
No, I like
a big square in the middle of the back of that t-shirt.
Black.
Like I said, there's a big square in the middle of the back of that t-shirt. I like it. I dig it. There you go. Well, Nonsensical Network t-shirt.
There you go.
I'm
There you go.
You guys can get your very own at Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner on Facebook and Instagram. And if we're still on when she gets done, she's actually getting ready to make a hoodie for herself. I'll show you the hoodie she's about to make if we're still on, which I'm sure we will. Yeah, suppospectively, and I'm gonna butcher these names, Rick. So feel free to correct me. Manel Cape, is it Cap or Cape?
Cape.
TKO of Asu Alma Bayou. Alma Bayou. They're saying that cheated like crazy.
I haven't seen anything about that.
Accepting an injury replacement on short notice, Manel held serve in UFC Fight Night 253 and moved closer to his first flyweight title shot. Originally scheduled to fight former title challenger Brandon Royval, who withdrew due to a concussion. Blah blah blah. Where are we getting into the cheating aspect? Can't find his range, find the uniform. Looks like Cape hit homeboy right in the fucking eye with a finger and then proceeded to murder him.
I haven't seen anything. I'm reading the article right now.
Yeah, they were saying there was an eye poke that the ref missed. And then went in for the TKO. So I guess that's the big controversy.
I haven't seen anything about it. I know he wants a title shot though. Manel does.
Yeah.
Because Asu was on a 17-fight win streak and Manel beat the shit out of him.
Damn. Yeah, as I say, I don't know any of these fighters that fought last night. Couple canceled fights on the main card. Prelims. I don't know anybody there, but Montana De La Rosa and Luna Carolina, they got canceled. Their fight was canceled. Didn't you say one of those girls was a badass, or was that the JJ Andrea fight?
Which one was it?
Montana De La Rosa and
Montana De La Rosa was badass.
Okay, yeah, that fight got canceled.
Oh. Yeah, De La Rosa's a badass, bro. She's a bad chick. There's a crown for you if you want it. You don't want that target on you? Wyatt leaves victory crowns laying on the ground and runs away because he doesn't want to paint the target on himself playing Fortnite. Oh, Jesus. Time to go.
In NASCAR, we've got the Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix today out in Austin, Texas. You said that's a road track?
A road course. It's a circuit race. Yep.
Okay. All right. I don't know much about that. Sure. I'll be right back now. Talk amongst yourselves, Rick.
Oh. I'm why I wanted to be around for the talk of potential esports is he's sitting here grinding out ranked for Fortnite, trying to get himself into a better rank. You're currently what, gold 1 or gold 2? He's gold 1 right now, and he started. When did you start grinding? This morning? Yep. You started grinding this morning. Esports is becoming a bigger and bigger thing, and they're paying a lot of money. I was looking it up the other day at work. The average Call of Duty tournament is paying out close to $25,000, which didn't play video games. 25 grand? Fucking what? Yeah, they're making money to play video games every night. What the hell? Do we have to do an outfit change, bro? Is that what was up?
Oh no, but I should totally do that actually. No, Nikki needed help with she's making her hoodie. But she needed help with where placement, where she should put stuff.
No.
Well, Mid-show outfit change. There we go. Rocking.
There you
Right
go.
there.
See, you might as well rock the new swag, right? Right?
Yeah.
Come on now. With your square.
Looks good.
Looks
Looks good.
With your
Looks
square.
good. In the score. Put it in my no square.
Whoa.
Say that
no,
for
don't
Saturday
touch
night.
me there. Oh no, my no square.
Yeah. No, man, these I gotta try to carve out some time today to get on Call of Duty and get my dailies at least.
My son is fucked up.
Why?
Because he said something about the no square. He said, No, don't touch me there. That's what I told my uncle, but he didn't seem to care. It's my secret little spot.
Oh my god.
And then he said something else. I was like, fucking what, bro? I was like, fucking what, bro?
What the hell's wrong
Why,
with
you
you?
need some health, bro.
I know that guy.
Is your Uncle Jeff?
Ooh, I don't think so. I don't think so, Tim.
I don't think so, Tim. Dude,
Is it your Uncle Jeff?
7 goals.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Whoa, Jeff's not my brother, bro.
I wish he was. He's
There have been 7 goals scored in this game. Pittsburgh is up 4-3. This is wild. I like it.
I like it, he says. He likes it. He likes it a lot.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Inside out cold water.
Inside out, cold water.
Yeah.
All right. I know. I need to get me. I need to go
You wasted a
find me
whole
a
lot of
Lids
that.
or a hat world close by so I can have them stitch me a network hat because I've got the nonsensical nonsense and house of music.
I can do leather patches too
You can do leather hat.
through Ninja.
Oh, can you?
Mhm.
Oh, that'd be cool to get a leather patch for the network. But anywho, so I do want to talk some e-gaming, but I don't know if Wally's floating around and got his ears on. Wally, if you do come up and when we get into NASCAR or racing, I want to get your opinion on it. But yeah, the e-gaming, man. Is there anything going on right now in the world of e-gaming?
I haven't heard anything going on in the world of e-gaming. Uno momento por favor.
What is it?
On
Esports? Yeah, it's
ESPN
esports.
right now. Give me 1 second. I will let you know. Let's see. Gaming. Bunch of Pokemon stuff. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 announcement teased in a Call of Duty Easter egg. Not really. I don't see anything coming on. What happened there, bud?
Okay, I'm done with your dog.
Like I don't know if they've got like a season for that, or or how that works, or if they just do random pop-up tournaments where they're just like, hey, we're gonna do a Pokemon tournament this weekend, or Call of Duty. But I will say, I know we were talking a little bit last night. I know. Last night, Wyatt was getting a little frustrated.
That's so loud.
Call of Duty and all the sweats.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I make him feel like flowers.
The sweats in Call of Duty are real, man. Of course, Wyatt's dealing with them right now in Fortnite.
Yeah, and I have noticed it. Especially this past week, and it has gotten really bad on a couple maps where you see all the guys, and they have
pro. You have to qualify for it, and it's like top 100 in the world.
Oh,
I
I just got information about a Fortnite thingamajigger here. Called Oh, fantastic.
4-4.
Yeah, that was mine. It's cold now.
What's the Fortnite update?
It's called FNCS. It's a qualify in type of deal. It's why it says it's like the top 100 in the world.
FNCS is short for Fortnite Championship.
Fortnite Championship.
It's the best people in the world going against each other head on for a prize of like $1 million.
There you go.
Jesus Christ.
$1 million to play fork and knife.
Yeah, I'll play that.
Or you're playing against.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with Call of Duty. I don't know if there's like a tournament coming up or what it is, but I have noticed, and the lobbies, especially on a couple maps, you starting to see the guys with the gold rank skins and the phase skins and the champions.
Well, you can buy. You can buy
them.
these skins for the city that you represent. Yes.
Yeah. And they are fucking going full on sweat. I've been having a lot of fun just being an average Joe gamer, just absolutely shitting on them. And even though they're killing my team that I'm playing with, I'm top of the leaderboard. Like, you guys are pros.
So Wyatt decided that he wanted some easier lobbies today and created a second Call of Duty account. So he goes in there, experienced AF, yet playing against bots, and he is slapping the shit out of them.
No.
Nice.
Every single time.
Oh, I thought you were killing them.
I got in a lobby with a level 865. Master Prestige.
Well,
Jesus.
Did he kill you?
No, they were on my team.
Oh, well, then it doesn't matter.
They were doing call-outs like we were playing ranked.
Yeah. No,
I'm currently on a chat ban on Call of Duty again, so
shocking.
I went like 3 weeks without one, and now I got another one.
Yeah, no, it's funny for me because I'm literally just killing time, and I am camo grinding, but I'm not taking it super serious. So I don't even care if I win or lose the match. I'm just trying to get my headshots, get my double kills, get my this, get my that.
Wait, you'll fucking want to throw your console out the window when you start doing the pistols.
Yeah, huh? That looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a couple I'm not looking forward to, obviously, like marksman's rifles, sniper rifles.
Marksman's weren't hard.
Pistols I'm not too concerned about because I'm pretty good with pistols.
Some of the pistols are garbage.
It's gonna be, but I know it's gonna be a long, slow grind.
Long,
as opposed to like assault rifles and SMGs and even shotguns. Like I think I'll fly through the shotguns.
I did.
You know, but I'm like, I don't even care what's going on at the end of the day when it comes to win or lose. I'm just playing and I'm just worried about getting my goals that I need to get for the gun. What up, Wally?
What's going on, guys?
I thought you were gonna eat the cold toast.
We'll talk a little. I want to talk a little NASCAR, and I know you're the motorsports guy. I know.
So you're gonna let that cold stuff go to waste?
After 2 races, I know Blaney, which I know that name. I know Ryan Blaney. He's the current point leader this year.
Yep.
No more.
So I was watching the race last week. I wasn't like sitting down watching it. But I was had it on back here, and I'd come back here every so often to check it out. Now I know I've been out of NASCAR for a hot minute, and I don't know when they started doing this. What is this deal with they do like 60 laps or whatever and
stages?
The stages. What's with the stages now?
It's a new thing that NASCAR's implemented in actually the last couple years. It's basically giving everybody a chance to stay on the lead lap, I guess, for pit times and everything else. And it's something new NASCAR's doing, which is personally making the sport even worse than what it already is. I mean, like me and Benji talked that one night. I mean, NASCAR pretty much died, honestly, back in 2001. I mean, they got away from what racing was. So
the way that those stages were explained to me is you watch tracks like Daytona, Talladega. Once those guys get spread out, it becomes single file, follow the leader, guys all around the whole entire track.
Yep.
The stages do away with that because if you get spread out, you only got to be that way for so long before you get a mandatory caution and a restart that puts everybody back together. It's supposed to
Yeah,
be
it's,
more like short track style.
in a way, I mean, it is. But the bad part with NASCAR anymore, it's like any major motorsports or any sports really. It's all about money anymore. They need to bring in. They need to bring in something different to change up the sport. I mean, it's not the same anymore. They're like with these new car setups they got and everything else is. They got away from everything. I mean, it's not what I grew up on watching and shit. I mean, there's so many new rules, so many this and that. It's all because it's who's spending the money to make NASCAR what it is now. It's not NASCAR no more, in my opinion. It's just, it's a joke. I'd still rather watch like ARCA when Cletus McFarland was running. I mean, shit like that. The lower level guys, what used to be the Busch series is the Infinity series now. The guys that aren't real big names, that's still racing. But once you get up to the Cup side, it's like they got away from what NASCAR was, man. I mean, it's all just glitz, glamour, and money. It's not really about racing anymore. It's a fucking joke to me personally.
I have to disagree with that a little bit. The newer generation coming in, the William Byrons, the Ryan Blaney's, those guys, they still race for the racing. And you can tell by the way they race.
I'm just saying on the business side of it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
business
Well,
side.
it's all a deal to make money. That's what
Right,
it
but
ultimately
I mean,
is.
you're getting like you. I agree with you on that, Rick Blaney. He's old school dirt track, man. I mean, his
I
family
raced
was
with Ryan
well
Blaney.
known in the dirt track community. But I mean, it's sad. They want to make it to the big time, but yet your sponsors here. This is what you got to do. Oh, you can't bump him like you used to be able to without getting penalized. Now, they took the Rubbin's race and they basically taken it out now because you get caught spinning somebody out by Rubbin, they actually deduct team points and they fine you now.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, it used to be, I mean, fuck, it used to be Rubbin was racing and if the guy was able to save his car and you didn't cause a major wreck, you still raced and they didn't care. But now it's got to the point you bump somebody wrong and they complain to NASCAR, you're getting points deducted and your team's getting fined for it now. I mean, it's getting childish.
Yep.
They need to go back to grassroots racing. Rubbin's racing, let them race like they used to and decide who wins it. I mean, that's the way racing should be.
Let them do it on short tracks.
Well, Rick, you know personally from racing dirt track, man. You know how it is. You're to win a race. They're going to do anything they can to win a race, pretty much in dirt track racing.
The problem is with the NASCAR cars is the aerodynamics are so fucking important, even on the smallest tracks there are, that you can't force somebody to get you a spot anymore. You can't move somebody out of the way because if you fuck up your grill or your front splitter, your day's done. Like you can't hold the track anymore.
Well, just watching these first two races, it's been the guys has barely messed up their fenders, and I watched them drop 5-6 places with just barely getting their front fenders in. I mean, that's how bad the aerodynamics is now on these new cars.
Yep, it's ridiculous. They've taken the racing aspect out of the racing.
Yeah.
And created it more like you won't get beat by another driver anymore. You'll only get beat by the car.
Right. Because everything
by your own car.
Well, the thing is everything's all the same now. Everything across the board. The measurements are all the same. The bodies are all the same. The drivetrain's the same. It's basically now, like you said, kind of you get beat by your own car, but it's also more of a driver's race. Who's going to drive smarter that doesn't have the damage on their car is basically what it comes down to now. Before back in the day, you lost your whole front nose and you were still considered a contender when you tore off the panels off. Now you can't even do that crap anymore. You drop so far back.
200-mile-an-hour duct tape on a car and still compete in the top 5. You put a piece of 200-mile-an-hour duct tape on your car now, your aerodynamics are so tweaked and whacked out, you'd be lucky to run in the top 20 anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why stick with the local. I just like sticking with the local dirt track and watching ARCA and stuff because they're still using the old school, body panels. You can throw that 200-mile-an-hour duct tape on and still be a top 10 contender day in and day out with it. But yeah, this new stuff that they're doing in NASCAR with the big boys, I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I get what they're doing, trying to do, but they still need to change some things up and add a little more to it to make it more interesting again. So
they're trying. I think they're moving in the right direction. I hated the stages at first, but it brings such a technical aspect because then it's not, you can race as good as you want, but if your pit crew doesn't get you off the fucking pit road fast enough, you're fucked.
well, the setup with this NASCAR now too, if you look at the history of the Le Mans race, it's kind of the stages of a Le Mans race, except now it's in a NASCAR form, is basically what it is.
Yep. And it's not bad. It's
No.
just like anything else in this world, it takes some getting used to the change.
Yeah, and it's still gonna, after all, I don't know if I could get used to it as fast as some people can. I mean, it's just old school, I guess.
It's that southern mentality. Got people in the South are struggling with it too because they don't like
Oh,
change,
yeah.
period.
Yeah. Well,
Southerners don't like change. They don't
Yeah.
do well with it. So
Not especially when it comes to their motorsports.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me and maybe I've just been away from it for so long, but from catching some of the highlights and the recaps of the Daytona, and then yesterday or last week, sorry, kind of popping in and watching some of the racing here and there. There was a lot of accidents last week.
Well, that's
normal.
where
That's normal in pack racing.
Where Rick comes back to the aspect of what Rick said with how the aerodynamics is now. Any little like dent throws the whole body of the car off now. I mean, they've just gotten so technical with the aerodynamics. There's more wrecks so far in the last 2 years in NASCAR than there's been, I can remember, in the last 20 years that it was actually due to certain body damage. I mean, it's not just because somebody hit somebody and spun them out. It's like Rick said, the aerodynamics is kind of throwing a monkey wrench into NASCAR racing in a way.
Yep, it sure has.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's the new design of the cars, but I know there was an accident last week that I seen where it looked like they barely made contact.
Yeah, that's all it is anymore.
Dude went spinning out and spun up into the wall nose first and came back. And I'm like,
that's because the aerodynamics are so important on the car that if you disturb the airflow underneath the car, now that they have that giant plate under it, you disturb any airflow underneath that car, and that car is going to start to lift, and that's how you end up with them getting squirrely and wrecking out.
And it used to never be that way.
No,
but it's just new. It's basically Benji brought a point up about that when we were on the show. The way they've got the aerodynamics set up is it's almost like a Formula car setup, except when you lose that front downforce and everything to keep the front end of the car down because of the aerodynamics, it's going to cause, like Rick said, you're going to go airborne.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, they're trying to do this stuff with a full-bodied car compared to like Formula racing and everything else.
Yep. NASCAR is definitely making some change for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just seen, Rick, they're on the late model series for the late model cars on the Lucas Oil deal. They've changed the pitch on the left side now of the late model cars in the Super Series. Now they got a certain degree your car can only lean now on the turns.
Now they're getting way too scientific in dirt racing.
Yeah, I talked to my buddy Devin Moran. He let me know about the new rules that they started when he was down in Florida racing. Seeing him talking about it and stuff. Yeah, they're getting really technical with your shock setup on your right side of your late models now in that series.
Yeah. Whatever it does to make it more expensive.
Yep. Anything that costs you money.
Golly, that's why we always stuck with street stocks, man. If I couldn't find the parts in the junkyard, I didn't need to run them on the car.
Well, and then the bad part is with that, bringing that up, I mean, they don't even hardly do that here in Ohio anymore. It's basically, they got away from that up here.
Everything's aftermarket now. Yeah, everybody's running tubulars and tinned bodies that they're buying aftermarket, and lightweight and this, that, and the other. And that's why I'm not mad that I got out of racing when I did, because the cost of it now, I used to run a street stock, which literally is exactly what it says, street stock.
Yeah, you pretty
Meaning-
much went out and got a Monte Carlo, put a cage in it, and went racing.
Exactly. You got a Monte
Wow.
Carlo, you stripped the body down to just the exterior shell.
Yep.
You gutted the car of everything that it didn't need to run. Dude, we even took the fucking alternator off the motor because we could make a couple more horsepower without an alternator. You know, it was bone stock. You know, the most we were allowed to do is send an engine out to have it bored over 60. So instead of being a 350 CI engine, it was a 355. That was it. 355 cubic inch. And it used to be you could run street tires on it. And then they moved into fucking tall cities and everything like that. Now, if you're not running Hoosiers and different kinds of Hoosiers at almost $200 goddamn dollars a tire, you're not fast enough to compete with the guys who got there. They took the affordability out of it. So I'm not mad. Funny enough, and Wally will probably agree with me on this, when they started making things unaffordable, a lot of people went down to the mini stocks, the 4-cylinders. And
it's huge.
Even now, there's guys that are $40,000 into a mini stock that are just slapping everybody around on the track.
Especially out in the Midwest, out in Oklahoma, Iowa, where it's still big. Man, watching some of those videos out there, none of our 4-cylinders here in Ohio would hang. I mean, these guys are running VTEC motors, all the, bored out VTEC motors and stuff. It's like, holy shit.
They're basically running Fast and the Furious motors in a dirt race car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember too,
so fucking expensive.
When you had to, like you said, your street stock class, you bumped up if you wanted to really get your feet wet. I mean, late models was like the granddaddy of them all back in the day.
You would go to what was called a pro stock.
Yeah, but then you had here in Ohio, it was the modified, which you could run a 383 stroker motor in your car.
Yep.
But other than that, you weren't allowed anything bigger than 383 cubic inches, even with a Ford motor, even with a Mopar motor. It had to be, but it was still
to maintain small block status.
It was still like go to your local junkyard when you could buy whole cars, grab a Monte Carlo, strip it out. You just had to add extra bars to your roll cage to run the modified class. I mean, that was pretty much the way it was. Yeah, and then the tires was the other thing that changed. But other than that, you could go race and have fun every weekend.
Yeah. Our bump from street stock to pro stock was we went from a 350 that you could bore 60 to 355 to where that was a standard motor in the pro stock. The biggest difference was we could run adjustable suspension, jacker bolt suspensions, and we could run 10-inch wide tires instead of 8-inch wide tires.
Oh, no
that was
shit.
the biggest differences.
Huh. Yeah, the tire roll was what changed for us up here. Went from an 8 to a 10-inch in the modified class. But yeah, like I said, you stayed the small block 383 and shit like that. I mean, it was neat because you never had the same winner every weekend. I mean, it was always competitive.
Real quick, not to interrupt you guys. Rick, I think you're going to need this hoodie in your life. Here's the front.
Okay.
There's the hoodies Nikki made.
Brand new right off.
A hangover hoodie. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we got to get prices for Wally.
Yep.
So we can.
I actually felt pretty good after 24 drinks yesterday. 25.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need that for Sundays after hanging out on Saturday.
Yeah.
I between Friday and Saturday, like Nikki, she had to go to the chiropractor yesterday. She called me on her way back, and she's like, "You need a crack Coke?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "I figured you'd be feeling pretty rough after last night." And I said, "No, I feel great." And then last night, I got up this morning and got up and beat up the dog, and she asked for pancakes. I made a ass ton of pancakes for her and set up the studio, made the new logo, and like, yeah, I felt pretty damn good. All things.
Yeah, I had 25 drinks yesterday. I felt pretty good when I got up. Nice.
But yeah, so that's her hangover hoodie.
I've wanted to make one of these since I started talking about making shirts.
So, and now she's got some shirts she's got to do for her son. We got to go buy them and stuff. But
that'd be a good logo for the Saturday night crew.
The Nonsensical Network Brew Crew.
Yep.
She's got the
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna get my daughter
That's
from
for
travel ball
Blaze.
practice, so I'll catch you guys
That's
later
for-
on.
Later,
See you
bro.
later.
Later.
That's for Blaze. I smoke dead people.
Yeah.
We just got to get the shirt, and I got to figure out what size Blaze needs. Large. Yeah, we just got
That's
to get the
funny.
shirt for him. But yeah, and I did. Man, I don't know how people, because you brought it up last week. There's not a lot of money to be made in the racing, dirt track, and stuff, right?
There's
Compared to
no
what
you
you
don't
put
race
out.
dirt track for money. You race dirt track for the sport. The real money doesn't come until you start putting it on asphalt.
Huh?
4.
I said
5, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's. I mean, wow.
the real money. You won't make any money until you start racing on asphalt. But in order to race on asphalt, you have to spend real money too. Because you got to think, I can run the same dirt tires for 5 races. You're not getting that out of a blacktop tire. Yeah, if nobody fucks up my tire, I'm good for 5 races with it. But on blacktop, you're burning a tire set every race.
Well, yeah, I
There's
mean,
no
I know, like, well, obviously NASCAR, they're changing. Dude, this game is ridiculous, man. It is 5-5. They have scored 10 goals in this goddamn game. And the third period just started.
That's awesome.
So they ended the second. They ended the second period with Toronto up 5-4. The third period just started, and here come the Penguins. We ain't done yet, motherfuckers.
That's funny.
Crap! Right into the net, man. Live. This is a wild game.
That's funny.
But what else? What else we got? Anything else of importance going
No,
on?
I think
the sports
I
world?
got it pretty much wrapped up for me, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else big going on in the sports world currently. Just do something real quick.
I'm about to wrap it up. We've been on live for almost 2 hours. It's about average for our show.
Yeah, we usually do about 2 hours here.
No.
I know we started out and said we were going to do an hour, but we talk too much for that.
Play ranked?
Come on. Pit freshman passed away. Davis versus Roach in the WBA lightweight title controversy. I was watching golf yesterday. We went out to lunch.
PGA or live?
PGA.
Good luck.
We went out to lunch and it was the cognitive
I wish y'all best of luck.
Palms Bay Palms. I don't know. They were down in
Yes.
a beautiful golf course.
Everyone.
I like golf. I like to play golf. I don't like to watch it.
I don't understand anything about the game, whether I'm playing it or I'm watching it.
Here's the most important thing to remember about golf. There's 2 really important facts to remember about golf. Golf has 18 holes and beer sells in 18 packs.
Yeah.
And golf is like having sex. You can be absolutely terrible at it and still have fun doing it.
That's a
Those
hell
are
of
the
an
2 most
analogy.
important facts to remember about golf.
That is a hell of an analogy.
Can't tell me I'm wrong.
No. No, I was watching. I they had it on at the restaurant we were at. And I was looking up. I told Nicky, I said I recognize one name up there, and that's Fowler.
Oh no, I ran out of bullets.
Let's see, what was I looking at? Just double checking here. Patriots insider share new information. Travis Kelce staying. Pete Bernard. What? What the hell? Hold on a second. What?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Speaking of golf, this has come up from ESPN. Ryan Peake earns Open championship spot with New Zealand win. Ryan Peake, an Australian former motorcycle gang member who turned his life around through golf, earned a place at the Open Championship on Sunday when he won the 104th New Zealand Open by 1 stroke.
Huh. I did see something about that, but
ain't that some shit? All right. I see you now. Olympic champion, Barcelona, 4-0 over Real Sociedad, whatever that is. That's soccer. Yeah, nothing major. Steph Curry says he's retiring from slam dunk after throwing down his first jab in 6 years. Yeah, nothing too major breaking in sports as of right now. But no, man. Again, I think we covered a lot, talked about a lot. I think every week we go as we're venturing into this new. We're going to cover all sports here because we're fucking lunatics.
We covered them all.
Whether we know what we're talking about or not, got the new-ish logo. Like I said, a little prototype that I'm digging. I'm digging so far. I like the red. It's a lot of red, but I like it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yeah. You got anything else you want to add before we get the flock out of here? I'm gonna go something to eat.
No, I don't think so.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all hanging out. Appreciate y'all watching, listening, got your ears on. If you're not already, go ahead and give us a follow. We are everywhere. As I said, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Shows live Monday through Sunday. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Chatter's box is always open. You guys are welcome to chat away with us. And you can listen anytime wherever you listen to podcasts at. We are on all the major platforms and not so major platforms. Simply go to bio.link/nonsensical network. All those links are going to be there. If you like the shirt, you see the hangover shirt as well. Make sure you give Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner a follow on Facebook and Instagram. That link is on our bio link as well. Hit Nikki up. Let her know you want some nonsensical swag or you want your own personalized stuff. I actually might have her turn that hangover shirt into a nonsensical shirt and put the network logo on the front of it.
Always something for you, Glick.
It's not for me. It's for the people because after Saturday nights, a lot of people are going to need that hoodie. But I like the brain. So maybe we'll keep the brain on one side and the logo on the other side. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I like it. I like it. I dig it. And I think a lot of people will dig it as well. Check out the shows. Monday, we kick the week off with our boy Wally, who is up here. Him and Benji are talking all things motorsports with Speedway Stories. Tuesdays is Glick's House of Music.
I think
I'm hanging out, interviewing up and coming local musicians. We're having a good time. This Tuesday, we'll be hanging out with our boy Solo from Reckless High. He's coming back to hang out. They got a lot of new things coming up and a lot of new things they're working on. So Solo and I are going to hang out again. We had a good time the first time we did it. Wednesday nights, Jeff and I are doing What the Fuck News. If it's in the news and it makes us say, what the fuck? We're talking about it. And there's a lot of what the fuckery going on in the news these days.
Yeah.
Thursday nights is Cold-Blooded Stories or Cold-Blooded Conversations hosted by Wally, and it's all things reptile. And I know he's got a guest, I believe, coming up this week. Maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, he's talking all things reptiles and dinosaurs and dragons and whatnot over there on Thursday nights. Friday nights is Nonsense and Chill. That's Blaze and Jeff. They're watching movies. They're hanging out. They're talking movies. And once a month, they're doing trivia night, which, not to brag or anything, but your boy is currently 2-0 in the trivia nights and got a nice, big, comfy lead in the point situation. There is no competition for me. And that is open to everybody and anybody. If you want to take part in that trivia night, let us know. Hit us up on the socials. And we'll get you the information to get you on board with us. This upcoming month is fantasy. They're gonna be doing fantasy movies like Harry Potter, stuff like that. I'm gonna eat shit. I already know. I'm gonna eat shit on this one, but nonetheless, I will be there. Saturday nights is Nonsensical Nonsense. It is the cornerstone of the network. It is the foundation of the network. It's me, it's Jeff, and anybody else who wants to come up and hang out. We do the open door challenge. We drop the link in the chatters box and we invite anybody and everybody to come on in and hang out. And we just hang out and have a good time. And then we wrap the week up with a nice little mellow, calm, cool, collective sports chat with myself, Big Rick over here, and sometimes our VIP, our resident superstar, when when he has time for us.
When he's not in court.
Yeah, our lawyer, the one and only Derek Wade, he's with us as well. Hopefully he'll be back next Sunday. Next Sunday, we actually have a guest coming up. We had to reschedule, but he will be up next Sunday. We're going to be talking men's motivational stuff and men's fitness with, and I will confirm that this week to make sure that he is still good with Ben Kraft. Ben Kraft is the CEO and founder of Crafted Iron. It is personal development and fitness for men. So that should be a good little interview. Get to know him, get to know what he's doing, chat with him, maybe get Rick and I in a little bit better shape as well. I know I've kind of fallen off going to the gym. I'm hoping to pick that back up tomorrow. I'm going to try to get up in the morning, and before I do anything else, go to the gym and then come home and do my shit, do my lazy shit. So, but thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. As always, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share. And we will see you next Sunday right here on Unnecessary Roughness.
Sounds like a plan, man.
Be good or be good at it, you motherfucker.
Later.
Nonsensical network, different flavor every day. Movie talks, new flicks hitting the display. Microphone magic, musicians spill the praise. From reptiles to motorsports, burning rubber craze. Football crashes, touchdowns, epic plays. News spinning, catching on the latest phase. Gleaming cars, engines roaring up the pace. Street tales, urban stories we embrace. Tune in every week, diverse. Groove to the beats, let the rhythm immerse. Lyrics flowing, ciphers full of verse. Nonsensical network, feel the universe. Interviews buzzing, stars in the circuit. Worlds a tapestry, pieces we interpret. Hip-hop to rap, the flow never stagnant. Reptilian tales, nature's arrangement. Cars with muscle, engines with might. Motorsports roaring, speed in the night. Discussions heated, always a delight. Network of nonsense, but the vibe's just right. Tune in, wait for that beat. Flow so seamless, feeling so sweet. Urban grooves, rhythm from the street. Nonsensical network, always on repeat.